My first show at Manila Fame was in October 2012. I was invited together with 9 designers to create a design house. The design house was a reflection of our creative vision. We were designers from a variety of fields: furniture design, industrial design, graphics, and I was there to represent the fashion sector. So it really was such an exciting experience to be first, to really be able to create an installation. It was my first time to create and envision an installation in that scale. And apart from designing the design house, I was also invited at the same show to be part of the Manila Wear group. The Manila Wear was one of the first few groups where it was a bit like an incubator for fashion brands to enter the international market. So it was truly memorable for me because apart from working on my design house, I was also working on a very special collection, which what I believe is the entrance of the Aranaz brand into the international market. From the very onset, we really wished for Aranaz to be a global brand, a global fashion brand. And the local market was a first step, but we really wanted to be able to sell our products and reach women from around the world. And joining Manila Fame really was important to us because we had no experience in trade shows. So I really believe that through the Manila Wear program, we were able to learn all about trade shows. We were able to sort of get into the cycle of the international selling season, the international fashion calendar. We were able to learn about what it was like being in a trade show, selling our products, not exactly to the users or the end consumers, but to wholesale and retail buyers. I really consider it a learning experience. Bringing the Aranaz brand to the global audience, to the global market, into the global stores was not an overnight success.
It really took a lot of trial and error.
There were trade shows that were not very good for us. There were trade shows that were good. It also opened the door to a variety of partnerships. We had to figure out what are the right trade shows to join, what do you need to have in the trade show, what to expect after the trade show, what do you need to do after the trade show, how do you maintain your relationship with the buyers, how do you even get the buyers to notice your brand at the trade show. With Manila Fame's Manila Wear program, it really enabled us to get our feet wet in terms of export and bringing the brand international. The support we received through the Manila Wear program also helped lessen the fear and the risk as a brand. Of course, there were risks because it really was an incubator that they were holding our hand, but slowly they were also teaching us to be independent and be brands that could stand alone. Of course, one of the main things in preparing for a trade show is the product. It takes months of preparation ahead of time to create your collection. We work 6 months in advance before launching a collection. And then, you need to figure out, how your collection will come to life through your lookbooks, your line sheets, and of course, your booth. One good thing about Manila Fame is because it is in the Philippines, we have the liberty and the resources to really set up the booth that would really do justice to the collection in terms of telling the story of the collection. We don't have that liberty when we join international trade shows because you're traveling with your goods and you're literally just given a small 2 by 3 meter space, well, depending on what size you choose, and it's really very bare and basic. It's really just white walls and generic shelves that you get. So when you're at international trade shows, it's really about the product. It's really just the products that have to stand out. One of our most memorable shows actually was the Hong Kong Trade Fair. Not because it was a success, but simply because it was our first major international trade show outside the Philippines. It really gave us a taste of the international market. And admittedly, it was not the trade show for our brand because many of the buyers there were looking for manufacturers and not brands to carry. But it was very fulfilling to discover that there were major brands that attended the trade show, buyers of the trade show, that actually gravitated towards our products and were asking to rebrand our products under their brands. But of course, it was not our goal for the trade show, but it was just reassuring to know that these huge brands felt that our designs and our products could actually carry an international designer's brand. There's no doubt that trade shows will open the doors to a variety of markets for you. So it's definitely worth it to join a trade show because you'll never know who you will meet. The trade show experience is kind of like dating in the sense that someone comes up to your booth and you're kind of wondering, who is this buyer? They don't tell you where they're from. They don't tell you what stores they're from, what country they're from. But as the conversation progresses and you learn more about each other, you realize it's a match and it's the store that you've been hoping to be in, you've been hoping to sell in, or at least it's a buyer that really appreciates your products, and it becomes, hopefully it would be a start of a partnership between designer and store owner or buyer. We should try to enhance the digital ways that we show our products, whether it's through videos or photographs. Personally, as a brand, that's what we're hoping to do for the next collection. Hopefully, we can find ways for the digital world to do justice to our products. It definitely is a must that every brand now should have a digital presence, a website, an Instagram account, a Facebook account, and of course, a very active and responsive email. That was a reality pre-pandemic, and especially now, all the more now that every brand should be in the digital space.